you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to the Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight to the Songwriter Show. I'm Sarantos, your humble host and fellow songwriter with a passion for crafting stories through music. As someone who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember, I know how every song holds its own unique story. That's what brings us together here on Reality Radio 101 every single Tuesday evening to celebrate the voices behind the music we love. Tonight, I'm so excited to have on the show Dream Chaser. Dream Chaser has been playing guitar since 14. Started doing open mics and gigs about 3 years ago from New York to North Carolina. His biography is coming out in a few weeks, and he talks about, in his book, 14-year cancer survivor and losing both parents before seeing him perform. His biggest influences have always been Slash.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show. How are you, Dream Chaser?
I'm good.
So tell us a little bit about your story, man. You play guitar? What do you do?
I play guitar. I don't sing. I never really went down that avenue of singing, but my uncle's been pushing me to try it for God knows how long, since I started playing. But yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was 14. I took lessons. I started taking lessons my first 4 years, and I actually used my uncle's acoustic for it, which I still have. I still use. I use it for open mics. I use it to write my own stuff. I've been playing ever since. I stopped lessons after 4 years, and I just kind of self-taught myself, kept going with it. And then about 6 years ago, I restarted the lessons. I've been with the same teacher the whole time. He does it professionally. So I kind of knew going into it, I wanted someone that was kind of more on the professional side of it to kind of help me get to that next level. I definitely hit it off because, like I said, I've been with him 6 years. All
right. And tell us a little bit of how often you practice. Do you jam on that guitar every day, once a week? What do you do?
No, I try to get it every day. I work a full-time job. I'm a butcher. So I'm usually home by 7, 6. Yeah, I always usually just come home, go down to the basement, and at least get an hour in.
Yeah.
You know, obviously time doesn't allow me to do it 8 hours every night when I start 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
But, you know, I make sure I get it in, you know, and my guitar teacher is really cool because, you know, like he'll let me pick whatever songs I want to learn. But he'll teach the theory behind it too.
Sure.
You know, he'll show me what scale it's in, you know, solos, like, you know, what notes they're using, what's blues notes, what's the root note.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And he writes everything out. So I have a whole binder of all the songs we've learned. So I think I could be off, but I think we've done 14 songs so far.
Okay.
And he writes it all out. We do it through Facebook because he lives a little further out than me. So we'll do it through Facebook. He'll write it out. He'll show me it, and I'll print it out, and I have a whole binder, you know. So, yeah, it's been awesome. It's definitely gotten me to that next level working with him.
Tell us about your music. Are you putting songs out? Are you collaborating with other people, just doing the guitar part, like a session musician thing, or what are you doing with that?
My own stuff, I'm kind of doing it on my own. I'm trying to save up money for the recording part because I didn't realize how expensive it could get.
Yeah.
But I've definitely priced it around. And I feel like now I'm at a point where I want to say I have 5, 6 songs that I want to say are ready to go, but are pretty close to it if they're not. So, yeah, I would say I'm writing my own stuff, and, you know, it's kind of cool because you get new experiences and you kind of learn from it and you kind of grow from it, and it gives you different perspectives on things.
And other than Slash, are there any other famous musicians that you respect and admire?
Oh, definitely James Hetfield. I've always been intrigued by his lyrics and just kind of like how he phrases them and stuff like that. You know, metaphors and, you know, different ways of saying things. Axl, I've always thought his lyrics were kind of cool.
Okay.
Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley I liked a lot, lyrically and musically. I've always been intrigued by the lyrics. Just probably equally just as much as the music.
How do you write a song or the guitar lick? Is there some certain way that you start? Is there some way it always happens? Any variety of ways?
I've tried it both ways. I first started writing about 3 years ago. The first one I wrote, I just kind of put a jam track on YouTube, and I just kind of messed around with that, and say, hey, this kind of works. This kind of sounds cool. I've done it different ways. I've done it where I've had the lyrics, and then I came up with the guitar part. And it's been the opposite where I've had a guitar part before the lyrics part. It seems like lately it's kind of like they kind of mesh together. So yeah, I really don't have a set way. It's kind of just what kind of pops in my head and what kind of comes out.
Is there like a typical mistake you see guitarists make that you want to talk about?
Not about mistakes. I think you just got to be patient. I've been playing since I was 14. And, I would say the one thing is just take your time learning stuff, especially complex stuff. Like I've learned Metallica. I'm actually learning Cyanide now, which is a pretty fast song. So I think it's important to slow it down and just kind of do it at your own pace. Like you're not going to play, Metallica at Metallica speed right off the bat.
Okay.
And I think it's with anything. You kind of learn it. Even if you got to read it off the sheet music, then kind of build it into muscle memory and just do it piece by piece.
Yeah, okay.
And don't be afraid to do open mics. Like, I love open mics. Like, I started doing open mics 3 years ago. And I was nervous as anything with them when I started. Because it was always like, oh my God, what are people going to think? Are they going to like it? If I do originals, are they going to like the originals? So the more calm you are about it, I guess you could say, the funner it is, and the more you do it, the more funner it is. Like I love them now. Like I if I could do an open mic every day, I would.
Tell us a little bit about. I always ask guests about scams. Any scams that you might have fallen for, or anything that you want to warn us about?
No, I mean I haven't ran into any. I'm pretty cautious with that stuff. And I have my guitar teacher that's local, so I'm pretty lucky that I have him to, any musical questions I pretty much could run by him and he could help me with it.
Okay.
I'm kind of wary of doing the whole, Instagram and, let's connect through Instagram. I'd rather do local, or in person,
Yeah, of course.
just to be on the safe side.
If you could re-record any song in the history of existence, what song would you re-record with your guitar?
Oh, God. And what, like kind of put my own spin on it or just kind of like
Yeah,
say, hey,
of course you could put your own spin on it. Yeah, you can make it your own.
First, I would say any Slash song. If I could record any Slash song, that would be pretty awesome. Just to say I did. I don't know. I've been into country a lot lately. I've kind of branched out a little bit. So it'd be kind of cool to mess with some of them and kind of put a different spin on it or add to it.
Do you have like a strangest place or situation where inspiration struck you in your guitar?
Strangest place. Well, I don't know about the strangest place, but probably the place I wouldn't expect it. I used to play at a brewery in New Jersey, and I haven't played there anymore, but I played there a lot in 2023. They had the list of drinks on the wall. So while I was waiting to go up, reading the drinks, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And one of the drinks that stuck out was March of Flames. And I'm looking at it like, that'd be a really cool name of a song. And the first thing that popped in my head was Ride the Lightning by Metallica. I said, that'd be kind of cool if it was like a Ride the Lightning, but kind of like my own spin on it.
Yeah.
So the name just kind of stuck with me. And I'm actually working on it now. I just started working on it yesterday. I was working on something totally different, and I said, I kind of hummed out the words to kind of see what would fit, and I'm working on that one now. So Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the strangest, but it's probably a place I wouldn't expect to find inspiration for a song.
Sure. Do you have a favorite chord or a favorite key that you come back to again and again?
I've key of D. I have two songs in the key of D that are my own. It's just something about the D, A, G. They kind of move around and switch around with it. That's kind of cool. That's probably my favorite.
Do you have, what's like the most rewarding feedback you've ever gotten from your guitar teacher?
Probably that, how close it is, when we get done with a song, just the progress throughout of it, through doing it. Like, hey, you're really close, keep at it, or, that was pretty on point, keep at, stuff like that to kind of, realizing how close I am to the song, from him hearing it.
Sure.
Because sometimes you don't realize it,
Yeah.
You know you're close, but you don't know, how close you really are to the actual song. So hearing it from him, definitely gives me a boost.
So are you a Marvel guy or a DC guy? What do you prefer?
I like X-Men. I don't know. I like both. I like X-Men. I like Batman.
Is there like a certain book that you hated that everybody else loved?
I wasn't big on books, like really reading, and it's funny because I have a book coming out, but yet I was never big on reading. I don't know, because I wasn't really big on reading. Like English wasn't my favorite subject in high school. Like I used to read magazines and stuff like that, and biographies on other musicians. I don't think there was any that everyone liked that I didn't like, because I really didn't read that much.
Is there like the weirdest piece of merch that you've bought at a concert that you want to share with us on the show tonight?
The weirdest? Not really, because I really didn't buy anything that... I bought T-shirts.
Nothing crazy?
Nothing crazy. I mostly just went for the T-shirts.
If I told you had to get a tattoo tonight representing your music, what kind of tattoo would you get and where would you put it?
Definitely on my arm. Definitely be a guitar, like guitar with something with a skull guitar and like a top hat.
Okay.
Just like a thing for, a thing towards flair.
What's the most adventurous food or dessert you've ever tried?
I tried curry one time. A friend made it and I tried it. It was pretty good. It was definitely something different.
You binge watching any shows right now on TV?
Hell's Kitchen I've been watching a lot. I watch wrestling. I watch Raw. I watch SmackDown. That's about it. I really don't watch TV. I'll stream the stuff on my phone or on my laptop.
Sure. All right, man. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I mean, I want to say definitely a musician or songwriter. Maybe more on the professional level, or even a session player, or even like even if it wasn't my own band or something like that. Kind of like the players that play for the other, like a Cole Swindell, like his guitarist, or something like that.
Sure.
Where you're not, even if you're not in your own band, you're still doing something with it.
So last question tonight for you, man. Where can fans buy your stuff, check you out on Instagram, social, Spotify, whatever you got, if you can share that info for them?
Yeah, so Facebook, I'm under Robert McKay. It's a public profile, so it's pretty easy to find. I don't have anything out musically as far as streaming, but I have stuff on my Facebook page that has to do with my original music, and I have covers on there too. Instagram is dream.chaser. I'm going to try to get this right. dream.chaser202024.
All right, man. I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So thank you to all the fans out there for spending a little bit of your precious time with us and tuning in tonight. If you're a songwriter with a story to share, please head over to songwritershow.com. To all the other listeners, I hope this episode has inspired you to keep reaching for the sky, keep exploring your own stories through music. My name is Sarantos, and as always, it's been an absolute pleasure having you with us tonight. Join us every single Tuesday evening to hear more stories from awesome artists around the world. Have a great night. I love you all.
checked your phone in quite a while, but when I did, there they were, 65 messages in a pile from a guy we both knew with a flirt and smile. Each one betraying the day we walked down the aisle. All while you're pretending to care for me. Oh, I'm thinking you'll always be there for me. 65 in 1 hour with every glance you feed. The silent pull and his growing power. You say nothing's wrong, but it feels wrong, 'cause babe, you're drowning when you don't belong. It hurts that he's a nobody, a real nothing. A real loser got absolutely nothing on me. You held the sun, but you let it fall into the sea. And no other woman would choose his lies over me. Oh, while you're pretending to care for me. Oh, I'm thinking you'll always be there for me. 65 in 1 hour with every glance you feed. The silent pull and his growing power. You say nothing's wrong, but it feels wrong, 'cause babe, you're drowning where you don't belong. Shadows of happiness, nothing is real, you were chasing eyes, spinning the wheel. You thought I'd stay blind, that I never know, but I've seen the truth and I wanna let go. I raised a kid just why I won't just leave, 'cause I won't let this scar our kids for life. 65 in 1 damn hour, and with every glance you feed, the silent pull and his growing power. You say nothing's wrong, but it feels so wrong, 'cause babe, you're drowning where you don't belong.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.